Rose Hill graduate serves at a former president's funeral. We asked J.J. Carney about the honor.
And later, construction on the new Butler Wing is complete. We take a tour of the new facility.
These stories and much more straight ahead on Channel 7 News. Good morning, I'm Maddie Bryant. Welcome to Channel 7 News.
And I'm Sarah Bailey. Shortly before Christmas, Rose Hill graduate J.J. Carney was a pallbearer at President George H.W. Bush's funeral. Maddie reached out to Carney about this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
A former Rose Hill student, J.J. Carney, had the honor of serving at George H.W. Bush's funeral in December. Carney explained some responsibilities he had in order to take on this honorable assignment.
They pretty much just pick people to go on certain funerals, and it also depends on which platoon you're on and how it's a little bit confusing. So there's 4 different platoons. There's colors, which they're the ones that hold the flags. There's drill team, and they do the rifle tosses, which they didn't really participate much in his funeral. And then there's casket bearers and firing party. And then there's marching platoon, which in the pictures are the people, are like the big groups standing in the background. But yeah, they don't really, we don't ask to go on the funeral or anything. They just pretty much just pick whoever to go on the funeral, and then they just put it on details, and we have to look at details to see who's on there and who's not on there.
Carney went on to elaborate that he was very honored to be a part of this experience. He's one of the many Rose Hill graduates to join the military straight out of high school. Carney was inspired by his family, who has a long line of military history. Maddie Bryant, Channel 7 News. Now we move on to something much more saddening, which is the area's recent influx on car accidents. Let's head over to Dakota Morgan, who has more.
Thanks, Maddie. I'm sure we've all noticed the recent increase in car accidents in and around Rose Hill. A.J. Taylor recently took an in-depth look at the problem and how to stop it.
Rose Hill's had an increase in car crashes in the past few years, and we talked to SRO Blake Weekly, and he told us that they're caused by the use of technology, music. We've got friends in the car that can be a distraction. There's many distractions in the car that cause it, and even not paying attention.
I think equally teens get distracted just as much as adults do on their cell phones. A lot of teens have cell phones, of course, but a lot of adults have just as many cell phones, so I don't think there's a rise up because of them being younger. When you're backing up, some of the accidents we've had here lately in Rose Hill because people have been backing up and not paying attention. So you've always got your mirrors to look into. A lot of new cars have cameras, but don't always just trust those. Go ahead and physically look back and make sure nobody's there. And sometimes, out of nowhere, you go into a place real quick, go in, get your stuff done, come back out, you're not paying attention, and somebody parked behind you.
It can happen to anybody, so just try to stay off your phones and try to pay more attention to the road so you won't get hurt and other drivers cannot get hurt.
According to the Department of Motor Vehicles, 9 people are killed each day in crashes involving a distracted driver. Maddie and Sarah, back to you.
Thanks, Dakota. Coming up, a new restaurant is coming to Rose Hill. We take a look at the progress towards opening.
And later, a mild and calm forecast appears to be on the horizon. Charlie Conroy gives you an in-depth forecast, so stay with us. For fans of small-town comfort food and community values, Louie's Cafe in Rose Hill is the place to eat. With a fine selection of gourmet burgers and dinner meals, Louie has been a staple since 2003. Home of the world's famous Louie's fries, so dine in or call now, 316-776-9005.
Derby Library first started in 1958 as 2 rooms in the back of Derby City Hall. After changing location around the Derby area, the library settled in its current location on 1600 East Walnut Grove, just around the corner from City Hall. In partnership with the Wichita area, there are 3 regularly held book club meetings, which may be attended by anybody. They also have art galleries, and if you sign up for their newsletter, you'll get a periodic email about the events going on in that upcoming month. The visiting hours are 9 o'clock a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with alternate schedules for Friday and the weekend hours. For more information, their phone number is 316-788-0760. Make sure to visit the local public Derby library today.
Hi, I'm Brian Fireball. Be sure to tune in to Are You Serious? Tuesdays and Fridays on RHBN.
I'm right outside the writer's room for the new highly anticipated sketch comedy, Fake News. Let's take a look at their progress.
We have no idea! Out of ideas! We ran out of ideas! Get back here!
Looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto repair shop? Head over to Redline Auto Repair, locally owned family business in the Rose Hill area since 2004. Their experienced workers and modest prices have earned them a reputable status among the people of Rose Hill. Their services vary from oil leaks, AC repair, as well as engine and transmission replacement. If you're in need of an auto repair, make your way to 112 North Rose Hill Road for the best automotive repair available.
Good news for fans of Mexican food, a new restaurant is opening in Rose Hill. In about a month, Las Fuentes will open where the old liquor store used to be. The restaurant will proudly serve authentic food, competing with the corporate likes of Subway and Sonic, and joining Louis and Coffee with Friends in the Rose Hill tradition of family restaurants. It is the first new restaurant in Rose Hill since Coffee with Friends opened in 2016.
Shortly before break, a student at Rose Hill High School suffered multiple brain hemorrhages and was transported to an out-of-state hospital. Aislinn Robert has more on the details of Kirsten Barton's condition.
Rose Hill High School staff received an email from Kathleen Alden Barton about the progress of Kirsten Barton's recovery. The last Friday before the winter break on her 16th birthday, Kirsten left school with a bad headache. Soon after getting home, she went into a coma and was transferred to Wesleyan ambulance. She suffered a brain hemorrhage and needed emergency surgery. The surgery turned out successful. She was at ICU for a week and another week in recovery. They are currently at a rehab hospital in Bethany, Oklahoma. David Glennemeyer is a teacher and coach at Rose Hill High School and middle school. He went to see Kirsten at rehab.
Kirsten played basketball for me and Coach Edge in 7th and 8th grade, and she ran cross country for me in 7th grade. So prognosis is good. She should have a full recovery. She was asleep, and then she woke up, and as been told by the parents and other people I talked to, it's very normal that their personality is a little different when they've had a brain injury or brain surgery.
Glennemeyer also goes on to say how her personality changed due to the medication, and that it was enjoyable chatting to her since she was talking and being more lively. Her parents went on to say that she has a long recovery ahead and are unsure when she will be back at school. She will have one more surgery at KU Med to fix the hemorrhage, so it won't be able to serve as an issue. Aislinn Robert, Channel 7 News.
Temperatures and precipitation have been near normal recently, with only that dusting of snow last week. What does the weather have in store for us this week? Let's head over to Charlie with the weather preview.
High of 49 degrees and a low of 30 degrees. There is not any chance of precipitation throughout the day. Also, throughout the rest of our week, there is a 0 chance of rain except for Saturday, which we have a high of 61 degrees. So, a major temperature change, but going through next week, the temperature will drop again. Later on the show, we will have a more detailed look into our weather today. Sarah, back to you.
In other school news, construction on the new Butler wing has finally ceased. Reporter Dakota Morgan recently took a look at all of the hard work.
In the fall of 2017, funding was passed to expand the Butler wing of Rose Hill High School. Such expansions included a new lounge area, more classrooms, and a new lab. We spoke to Associate Vice President of Academics for Butler, Meg McGranahan.
My name is Meg McGranahan, and I'm the Associate Vice President of Academics for Butler.
McGranahan expresses the excitement shared by the Butler staff for the expansion.
We're very excited about it. The academies continue to grow. Rose Hill in particular, we were just squished in and trying to schedule every class every minute, so this is really going to give us an opportunity to spread out a little bit more and not be quite so constrained.
McGranahan details the new distribution of teachers for Butler academies.
We have not hired new teachers specifically for the academy, but many of our full-timers are now down here more hours of the day, so we'll have several teachers who are maybe teaching 80% of their load down at this site.
McGranahan explains the arrangement of new academies for this year and the next.
We hope to be offering new academies in general. There's no new academy at Rose Hill this year, but we're looking at 1 or 2 for next year.
And so the scheduling difference for Butler County Community College is virtually all that's being changed this year by the new expansion. Other than that, there will be new classes, supposedly, offered next year for all the upcoming juniors and seniors. Dakota Morgan, Channel 7 News.
In more school construction news, the improvements to the track are complete. Jordan Croft expands on what this means for the high school athletic department going forward.
The Rose Hill School District track had been under renovation for several months and was just recently completed. Athletic Director Jim Linus said that it will be a while before Rose Hill can hold a regional track meet, which was the reason for the renovation. The high school is supposed to host a league track meet this year. He goes on to talk about what has to be done in order for the district to host the regional meet.
Basically, those kind of things are something that you submit into CASIA, and then they, depending on how many different schools apply to host a regional, then they decide which ones work out regional-wise so that they can put the same number of teams in the different areas. So it's going to depend on how that can be divided and things like that.
Linus also explained the track was scheduled to be completed before school started, but because of difficulties, it was not finished until this past December.
And then got delayed because of a couple of things initially that they had question marks on. They came in and scraped that rubber off, and then they decided that there was enough low spots that they needed to redo some of the base. So it actually turned out to be a lot more in-depth project than we had figured it was going to be.
He goes on to say that the idea of redoing the track had been thought about by the Rose Hill School District for a while.
We talked about it for the last 2 to 3 years on different, looking at how much rubber was black was showing and different cracks and things like that in the surface and different things that we needed to work on and repair one way or another. There was getting to be enough things that you needed to repair that we were trying to look at whether we just go back and do a full replacement of that top coat at least. And that was our plan initially, and then it's all about making sure you can save enough money or have the money to pay for it.
Jordan Croft, Channel 7 News.
Charlie Conroy has your weather forecast coming up next.
And later, Charlie Black gives you your Winter Rocket Sports updates. We'll be right back after a word from our advertisers.
If you're looking for a good book, or maybe a movie that you've been wanting to see, visit the Rose Hill City Library. Located at 306 North Rose Hill Road, open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday. It's closed on Friday and Sunday, but it is open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Go visit today.
If you're looking for cost-efficient shirt buying options, go to Shirt Plus, where you can get some of the best shirts in Kansas. Shirts Plus has been in Kansas for the past 30 years and continues to serve Kansas today. For all your shirt needs, make sure to go to Shirts Plus, located at 703 North Buckner, Derby, Kansas.
Hi, my name is Kobe Campbell. Be sure to check out Are You Serious Tuesdays and Fridays on RHBN.
Are you tired of constant fatigue and drowsiness? Do you suffer from chronic boredom and/or lack of motivation? Then you're going to want some fake news. 5 out of 4 doctors recommend fake news as your daily dose of legitimate happiness. If you or a family member exhibit any of the aforementioned symptoms, talk to your doctor. Fake news might just be exactly what you need.
I used to eat grass. Now I watch fake news. I used to break down in front of cameras crying, and now I found fake news.
Warning. Side effects may include corneal combustion, sporadic oral bone growth, shark-like personality, supernatural powers, spontaneous apple-triification, profuse vomiting of the foot, amnesia, internal ear growth, loss of any or all senses, loss of your favorite limb, development of the ability to see dead people, death, gravitational anomalies, instant gratification, race change at random intervals, brain dumb, and freshman uprising. For more information, call 1-800-PI19-Delta-6693.
I'm being paid to be here.
Have you ever had the need for teeth whitening? Rose Hill General and Cosmetic Dentistry is the place to go. Tip to tooth, they can take care of it. They have been in the Wichita community for over 40 years. Dr. Troilo has 39 years of experience in dentistry. Amazing, caring, helpful, and communicative, says one valued customer. Very nice people and good at what they do. Been coming here since I was in school.
The office hours include Monday at 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Tuesday 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Wednesday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Friday 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Now for our Channel 7 weather. Starting off our day in Rose Hill, currently the temperature is 23 degrees, but feels like it is 19 degrees. We also have wind gusts coming from the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Later in the day at 12, the winds will increase to 13 miles per hour, which will be our max wind gust for the day. Cloud cover will be strong throughout the day, but the sun may peek out a few times through our Thursday. Going into the night, temperatures will be reaching from low 20s to 30s. Unlike the day, we will probably not see any cloud cover through the night. Also, the winds will be around 10 to 15 miles per hour, coming from the north. Heading over to our national weather events, a frightening experience for a California couple left them stranded up on Alamo Mountain, located in California, north of Los Angeles. For 2 weeks after heading up on a camping trip, the couple had their 2 dogs with them and were rescued by helicopter on Wednesday after they ran out of food and water. They called for help and they were safely rescued. They did not have to be hospitalized and had only minor sunburns from their experience. Now taking a look at our worldwide events, Australia currently is being hit by a record-breaking heat wave that is causing major problems for the people and animals that live there. Record-breaking temperatures have been occurring since the new year, and it seems just to be getting hotter as the year continues. 28 locations in Australia at least broke heat records last Thursday, even reaching 121 degrees in some places. The locals are looking for ways to cool off, such as going to the ocean or carrying umbrellas when walking outside to protect themselves from the harsh sun. But nationwide authorities are urging people to stay inside and to use the least amount of physical energy as possible. So far, the heat is blamed for killing around 40 wild horses because of the lack of shelter from the sun. Sarah and Maddie, back to you.
Thanks, Charlie. Sports is up next. We'll be right back.
Starting in 2003, Year 5 Ceramics is a place of warmth and comfort and offers a larger than normal selection of gifts. This establishment has activities for all ages, including birthday parties and ladies' nights. Located in Andover, they have a wide variety of colors and options for your projects, so call or walk in today to be a part of the fun.
If you're in the mood for fresh coffee and homemade pastries, Coffee with Friends is the place to go. Come in Monday through Saturday for a delicious selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This beloved business is run by Rose Hill community member Cheryl Otto.
Hi, this is Coffee with Friends. If you see this commercial and you mention it to me when you come in, I'll give you 10% off.
Coffee with Friends isn't just a place to get your coffee in the mornings. Check out the cafe's merchandise when you drop in. Come in today for the daily special.
Hi, I'm Connor Baird. Check out Are You Serious on YouTube at Rock Production.
With a 4th place finish at the midseason tournament in Haven, the Lady Rockets basketball team currently stands at 10-5, ranked 9th in the Class 4A. How have they been so successful? With good team chemistry and playing an up-tempo style, which offsets their lack of height. The Lady Rockets are off till next Friday. Defeating Andale and Wellington in recent duels, the Rocket wrestling team is on their way to win another league title, while being ranked in 8th in 4A. That is just the beginning of what they hope to accomplish, according to senior Michael Diaz.
You know, I think one of the biggest parts of it is just our team chemistry and mentality. I think that we all work really well together, and most of us are friends outside of the wrestling room. So I think that plays a really big part in big team wins like our duel versus Andale. One of the ones that I think I and the coaching staff personally have is a top 5 or top 10 finish at the state tournament. I think that we have the talent to do it, and I think that we have everything is kind of falling in the right place. And as long as we're peaking at the right time and firing on all cylinders, by the time February comes around, I think we can really do that.
The Rose Hill Wrestling Invitational is this weekend. To call the boys basketball team inconsistent is an understatement. After jumping out to 6-0 record, the Rockets then dropped 7 of 9 games. Head coach Josh Shirley explains there's still time for his team to right the ship before sub-state.
We got to continue to defend. Second time through league, we had Augusta, then we go right back through our league again. It's a little bit different. Your offensive sets don't work as well. Your offense is scouted a little bit better. I mean, we'll have everybody else's offense scouted a little bit better because you've seen it and you know what they have. And second time through league, you've just got to make and convert those baskets around the rim. And our team's done well with it. We shoot a fairly high percentage. I think we're about 67, 68% within 5 feet. But just being able to convert all of those, because that's really where our main advantage is.
Sarah and Maddie, back to you.
Thanks, Charlie. That is all we have for today. Be sure to check us out on social media, Rocket Productions, and our website at rocketproductions.net. I'm Sarah Bailey. And I'm Maddie Bryant. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Channel 7 News.